Okay, so we're gonna do a little test demonstration of the balancing issue that I'm experiencing right now. I'm gonna quickly skip the cutscene as soon as it starts. Okay, cool. So the problem here is that I seem to have developed a system where the melee weapon, fist or the machete, seem to be the most preferred weapons of choice. I have a feeling it might have something to do with the fact that the weapons are kind of hard to come by. They take manufacturing, or maybe it's just the fact that they involve more steps. I mean, they're not really all that hard to come by. Enemies have a relatively reasonable drop rate for the weapons. Weapons do have a condition, but it's a conditioned property that you can upgrade. So if you want your weapons to last longer, you have the option of making them last longer. But that alone doesn't seem like a good incentive to having the players, and by players I mean I've only tested myself and my buddy when we did a co-op test run. It doesn't seem like that's enough to really spend the time and effort into upkeeping the weapons condition. So, well, not upkeeping weapons condition, but just using weapons and putting your resources into weapons. The goal of the game is to collect these orbs into the cauldron, and then once you reach 10,000, that is when you win the game, so to speak. You escape this realm. You can also use those orbs for upgrading the stats in the weapons, and you're gonna have to do that in order to make it far enough so that you do collect that many orbs. So when it comes to the sword, it's a close combat. Oh, there you go. So that kind of broke right now. I can pick it up to recycle it. Right now, the sword only takes you manufacturing the sword and then maybe upgrading the damage. The more damage you do, the more stamina it's gonna cost. So if I just improve my stamina like this, if you upgrade the damage of the sword, it's gonna take up more stamina per hit. So you have to upgrade your hits, your stamina maximum. So this empty weapon, I could actually just kind of, well, I could just recycle it. So that's the beginning of the wave. Let's take a look. So right now, first level, we don't really have enough scrap to build weapons, projectile weapons. We have a whole bunch of machete parts. Alright, let's see how this goes. Oh, okay. Didn't want to do that. Gotta be careful. About to throw a bomb. There we go. Really need to upgrade my health. Ouch. Okay, good thing I upgraded that. Using the dash mechanic to evade. Whoops. Hey, look at that. So, see, he dropped a broken shotgun, which we can make use of. Let's see, there's one more enemy here. There we go. So, we do have a shotgun. Ammunition's kind of limited. Oh, it's kind of supposed to be limited in the beginning. So we have, let's see, Gosh, no. Shotgun can do 6 maximum magazines, and it's 1 shot per magazine. So there's only 6 shots that you can carry, which sounds kind of low, sure, but the whole point is that you're supposed to upgrade how many mags you can carry. So like, let's see if we can find this. Spin back. No. What is this? Spread. Okay, damage. So right now, I feel like putting damage into the machete is the best thing to do. You can only upgrade 1 weapon per 1 wave. So that's that. Kick back. Okay. So see, now it only takes 4 hits. Oh. There's another balancing issue. The fact that the goal of the game is to fill the cauldron full of orbs. There's little incentive to actually use the orbs. You actually try to use as least orbs as possible. Before I ended up implementing the changes that are already in the game, you could actually just upgrade your... Ouch. You could upgrade your stats, your strength, to a point where you don't need to upgrade it anymore, because the enemies never got tougher. Well, I fixed that. The enemies now grow stronger with every 5 waves. This guy can't reach the cauldron. There's another shotgun right there. So it's not like there's a horrendous shortage of weapons. And yet, I can't help but use the sword more than the guns. I mean, I'm only 1 pistol scrap away from being able to get a pistol. I can make 2 additional machetes. I could limit how much scrap you can get for the machetes, but if I do that, there's a risk of the player having no weapons at all, with nothing but their fist. Which, of course, the biggest problem is that they could spend 10, 15 levels upgrading the damage of their fist, and if they... or the damage of their machete, or the pistol, or the shotgun, and then once they run out of shotguns, because they all break, well, that's when you're kind of thinking, well, why don't I just start upgrading from the get-go just my fist? And that's it. We'll just have the fist be the primary weapon and not bother with anything else. Not even the machete. Like, we used the machete for a little bit in the beginning when we did the test before, but then the machete kind of ran out of parts and we couldn't make new ones. It was obscenely expensive back then too, but we just ended up, you know what, screw it, we'll just put all the damage into the fist. I could nerf the fist and say this is, you have a maximum that you can upgrade the fist to, but then it's like, you're kind of leaving the player defenseless. I could just blame it on, hey, this is the rule of the game, you gotta be smart about how you distribute your orbs, but that has to be communicated somehow. You can't just have the player be smart enough to figure that out. I'm kind of basing that on myself, because I very rarely apply strategy, even if the game is highly strategic. Unless it's like blatantly obvious that that's just no way for you to win if you don't. And we're on a pretty early level too, so it's not like this is difficult stuff here. Yeah, so far. we got 131 orbs. So we've been using them quite a bit though. That's why we don't have a lot. Should probably go and upgrade the damage of the machete. One thing that I am thinking of doing is adding enemies that are specific to projectiles. So they're susceptible to projectiles, or some of them just outright cannot be reached. They'll jump away if the player gets too close. But then we have a risk of the fact that, hey, if the player doesn't have any projectiles, then they have no way of actually defeating that particular enemy, and they'll just always lose. Okay, so why don't we spawn that enemy only if the player has weapons, projectile weapons? Well, okay, well, I'm pretty sure the players are gonna catch on to that, and they'll just never get any projectile weapons. They'll just immediately scrap them, because then it's something that I learned from the GDC talk. If players can find a way to cheese the game, they absolutely will cheese the game. So I can't leave that hole just unpatched. Okay. What's that? 300. Okay. All right. Well. So yeah, I did try to nerf the sword. I added the stamina. I added the fact that sprinting takes. Oh, there's another shotgun. So clearly no shortage of weapons. Even though it's like it's not 100% condition shotgun. There we go. We can still use it. I mean, oh, well, maybe not that one. Let's see. I mean, this one, condition of, what is it? I think it's 5. 5 out of 30. 2 out of 30. So, 5 shots. Condition goes down by 1, anywhere between 5 and 8 shots. So, in the worst case scenario, the shotgun condition of 5 gives you 15 shots. Like 15 full-on triple shots. So it's not like that should be a problem. Let's see. I'm gonna drop this. Probably want to stand back a little bit further. Drop this. Drop that. Drop this. Okay. So I can get myself maybe pistol. Okay, that's fine. I technically just needed 1 pistol scrap, so... Alright. So that's a conversion station, allows me to convert weapons into scrap of different type. Of course, if you're converting to scrap... Oh, look at that, I can make 2 pistols. Yeah, if I convert the scrap of the same type, then I can... If I convert the scrap of the same type as the weapon I'm scrapping, I get more orbs out of it. Okay. Need to upgrade my strength. Oh, that one was gonna throw a bomb. Ooh, damage. Here we go. Really give myself more time. There we go. All right. Let's go. Okay. So, not a lot of incentive to use the projectile weapons again. maybe it's just me. Maybe I need to have more people play and test out the game. Maybe I have a pre-existing bias to using projectile weapons only, considering that I know about the previous issue where we could barely get any guns. Okay, there we go. So damage's been upgraded. Eat a... Wow, okay, that's... See, that's another incentive. I've upgraded the damage twice, and now it's eating up quite a lot of my stamina. So I might want to upgrade my endurance. And... Well, I mean, maybe that works. You have to upgrade your endurance if you want to keep up using the machete and fist. And if the players want to play the game that way, then great, but I don't want it to be that they are forced to play that way because the alternative sucks. I want it to be they want to play melee because that's just the preference. We're getting kind of dicey here. Oh yeah, and we're gone. Okay. So could have used the shotgun there. I don't know. Didn't want to use the shotgun.